standing in our way. One last Jedi who has yet to choose his true role in the galaxy. If he joins us on the path to darkness, those who fight alongside him will follow. But if he takes the path of a Jedi, those who join him will feel the vengeance of the dark side.
The highly anticipated sequel to the 2003 Game of the Year, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
We have all but destroyed the Jedi Knights. The Old Republic is crippled. They can do nothing to stop us now. But there is one thing standing in our way. One last Jedi who has yet to choose his true role in the galaxy. If he joins us on the path to darkness, those who fight alongside him will follow. But if he takes the path of a Jedi, those who join him will feel the vengeance of the dark side.
All right, welcome in everybody. Good morning. I hope we're all having a lovely Sunday or Monday, depending on your time zone. I hope everybody is ready to finish Knights of the Old Republic 2. It's been a heck of a journey. I've really loved coming back and playing 1 and 2, and I'm ready to finish it. The game is a great game, definitely a game of the time with some of its dialogue options, but it is still holds a spot near and dear to my heart, and I've actually enjoyed replaying it. It wasn't a nostalgia game. The game is still great. Like, I still love it. It isn't like one of those games where it's like, oh, I played it as a child and it was great, and then come back and play it as an adult. And it's like, no, maybe it wasn't that great. No, this is still a great game. Yeah, it has some nostalgia effect on it, but I've still greatly enjoyed replaying it, like, just because it was a game I played as a kid. it hasn't changed much. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick recap. That we went through a lot yesterday, and I'm gonna probably forget some of the parts. I'll try my best. Alright, so we went to Goto, yeah, to save the exile. The exile doesn't care who rules the galaxy, the Jedi or the Sith, basically. He's just like the rest of the universe. He's like, you guys need to knock this off. Like, it's been nothing but war after war after war. The Republic is weak. The galaxy is tired. And, yeah, you guys need to, like, knock it off. So, he wasn't gonna let the exile leave. Because he's kind of a menace to the universe. Like, they, always seem to bring trouble with them. So, he didn't want the exile to leave. Your crew found a way to get onto his yacht to come rescue you. Hold on one sec. So they worked their way through his yacht and they rescue you. That's a lot of people. Then what happens is bounty hunters get onto his yacht and you have to get back to the Ebon Hawk. Once you're on the Ebon Hawk, the yacht blows up and you escape. Well, then you go back to Nar Shaddaa and you talk to the Jedi Master that you found before Mira got kidnapped. Or, yeah, we'll just call it that. She fell inside of an exchange trap. So that happens. You talk to the Jedi Master. What I remember happening is not what happened on this gameplay. For some reason, we had, like, he answered our questions and then we killed him. That is not at all what I remember. So what I remember, and maybe I did something different and it led to a different choice path story.
You've reached one of the target sites. Place the proton core prime. Arming signal received, man. We still need this Mandalore. We're holding our position, but the Sith appear to be offering
So, yeah, I don't know what I did differently or if I'm remembering the game wrong. But you have to fight the Jedi Master to the death. Which I don't ever remember doing. But You fight him to the death. Then I went to Tilo's because I wanted my lightsaber back, but when I went to upgrade our crystal, Krea's like, oh, the rest of the Jedi are on Tatooine. I'm like, okay, we'll push this point. So we go to Tatooine, we go to the Jedi Enclave. The door that was locked when we first went to Tatooine is now unlocked. Then we go into the Jedi Enclave, and the two remaining masters, because the one on Korriban is dead. The one on Telos is still in her Jedi Academy. And then the other two we found are the ones on Tatooine and Alderaan are there. Because we killed the one on Nar Shaddaa as well. So they like, oh, we know what you did, and a fight breaks out. Which, I don't remember that. I remember 4 Jedi, or the 4 Jedi Masters at Tatooine. Or 3? No, it was the 3. And then they tried to... They kind of alluded to it a little bit when you talk to a couple of them, which was they try to strip away your connection to the Force. And what happens from what I remember was Kreia comes in, basically puts them all in a stun lock. And the Jedi Masters are like, oh, this is who your master is. She's the one that taught Revan and led him down the dark side of the Force. She then proceeded to mollywop all 3 masters without even trying. That's what I remember happening. It's not what happened. The 2 remaining Jedi Masters attacked. We killed them. Kreia's like, oh, I have a question for you. We answered wrong, and she stunlocks us regardless. And then she tears the handmaiden that she killed us to take, and that way she would take Kreia to Telos and have Atris, or however you say her name, that way the handmaiden believes that she'll kill the Sith. All that does is we also get like what Kreia's actual name is, and I forget how she pronounced it. But that's so. The handmaiden takes Kreia to the academy. Kreia turns the remaining master to more, or I won't say turns, openly goes, hey, I know what you're doing here. Like, you have Sith holocrons you've been protecting and learning knowledge from them.
What's wrong?
So,
He awaits you at Telos. I ask you, I want to look upon. I wish to see what causes her to fly. I want to look upon. I wish to see what causes her to forsake. I need.
Okay,
From the
I don't know
moment
why
it
we're
is
still
the
doing
echo when
this.
I heard it. Stay, and I want you to see what.
I want that. But so the Jedi or the Exile recovers from the stun, and we immediately head to Telos after Kreia to stop from. I don't know what we assume was gonna happen. I would imagine Kreia would have just mollywopped her as well. But the game's like, oh, the Master's gonna kill Kreia. It's like, I doubt it. So, the handmaidens. The Master gets mad at the handmaiden. It sounds like she was in love with the Exile, and that's what kind of has been weighing her down for all those years. If she felt betrayed by him because she loved him, I don't understand it completely. But she attacks the handmaiden. We get there and we try to put a stop to it. I really wanted our lightsaber back, so I did the good path the first time, and I didn't get my lightsaber back. So I reloaded it, and then I went to the dark side and struck her down because I really wanted my lightsaber back. I still don't have it. So that was some time wasted. I really wanted my silver lightsaber, okay? Let me backtrack for 2 seconds. So when you're fighting the handmaiden's teacher, the Jedi Master, we find out that she's been corrupted by the dark side. She more or less is trying to like bring forth Grey Jedi. In a sense, she's teaching like she has Jedi artifacts, she has Sith artifacts. Pretty much any Force artifact and holocron she has. And she's a librarian, so she's trying to keep all the Force sensitive information safe for future generations. Cool. Or that's what I get from that action. So, we find out the Sith are attacking. Like, her master is now on his way to Telos. We found out Kreia is headed towards Malcor 5, which was their final battle between the Mandalorians and the Jedi, from what I remember. But right now we need to stop the immediate threat of the Sith taking over Telos.
You've reached one of the target sites. Place the proton core, prime it, then give the signal, Mandalore.
So,
Arming signal received. 2 more sites. I'd say.
Once we beat the Handmaiden's master, we get transported back to Teos's, like, where we had the restorational species that wanted to save the planet area. We have to fight our way through Telos to get to this giant ship. And even Krea's like, you're gonna have to fight the Sith Lords, the active ones. So both Dark Nihilus, which I didn't realize is a spoiler. Well, it's not a spoiler. I didn't realize that, like, the quest log would have told you his name, but it's Dark Nihilus. And then the one that just beat down on Krea early on and cut off her hand. They're both probably on this ship. It would be a safe bet. So we are now making our way through the ship. We're still being a loot goblin and taking up every piece of gear we can find. And that kind of is what all went down last stream. Like I said, a lot happened. I might have missed some key points, but from what I remember, that is
You've reached one of
the general gist of what all happened.
Only one proton.
We are now setting up bombs to
What the
help
hell was
take
that?
down
I told you to wait. Mandalore, we've made contact with the enemy. One of the
this
cores has
aircraft.
Was it in the targets?
No, Mandalore.
Do we have another core?
No, Mandalore. Even with the other two cores set in the ship.
We need to find another proton core, or we need to make one. All right. And don't kill yourself.
So, what we were setting up, like grenades to help take down the ship and halt the Sith advance on Telos.
This door leads to my cell. I had forgotten. If there is time, I would like to center myself. There is a meditation chamber within my cell. Past the surface, there is the Force. Where once there was a world that was strong in the Force, now there is a barren wasteland. It has taken time for me to return here. I lost my way, but I've been stronger for the journey. What happens now shall not be done out of hate or revenge, but for the sake of all life. And I ask you, finally, to forgive me. This body is a prison no longer.
Nice, more force points. So that's kind of the general idea of or what happened last
What do
stream.
you...
How are you guys doing today, and how is your Sunday? Do you have anything planned? Or is it just going to be a nice, cozy, comfy, lazy Sunday? My plans are to finish this. Excuse me. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so to finish this, do some finish this, see where we are on time, and then hop back into Expedition 33, which is what we started last night. We're playing on immediate difficulty. We didn't get too far into it. We're still in the beginning area. Nothing. It looks like we can keep the music because nothing was muted, so yippee. I'm excited for that because the music is so good. I was kind of fearful that we were gonna have to turn down the music, but so far we don't, so it stays, which is great because I enjoy that music. But first we finish Star Wars. And then I will update my schedule to reflect of what the next upcoming week is going to look like. I'll tell you right now that I will not be able to stream this upcoming weekend. I will be out of town. So which is bad because, I won't say it's bad, I just had plans on doing Wilds and Expedition 33. But that's next week, and we'll go back to this. So after this, depending on the time, we'll hop right in Expedition 33 for the remainder. I got some chores I need to get done. And then I have a piece of paper or a letter to write to a friend that's gonna help her out in her own way. I realize I don't have that much planned today. So it sounds like it's going to be a cozy Sunday for me as well. Funny story. So last night, I let my dogs out to go to potty before bed. My bathroom has a window, and I was doing, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was doing something, and my tiny dog found a way to climb through, like jump up to the window, climb himself through the window, and get in the house, which this is the same dog that I was looking for a couple days ago, who's known for being an escaped artist, so he's got mad hops. Sorry. But yeah, he did that and he scared the piss out of me. I thought something was coming into my well, something did come into my house, but I thought like might be a raccoon or something like that, and I was like, oh great. No, it was just my small tiny dog. He wanted back inside. But it scared me so bad. I was like, what was that sound? And then, like I said, I thought like a wild animal got into my house. And then my small dog just walks out of the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, bud, you scared the piss out of me. And then I went and let my big dog back in. And he's just like, yeah, I can't do that. Sorry. I'm a moose. Can't climb through a window. I'm like, I didn't know he could do it, bud. I need to actually go look at, see how he managed. But yeah, that was a nice jump scare by my own dog last night. And then when I let him out this morning, I was like, okay, I'm going to close that because I don't need... That's not what I wanted. I don't need my dog getting hurt doing stuff like that, so. We are looking for the room with the missiles right now. If we can find that, we are going to be, here we go. Alright, so yeah, that's how you get through that part. When they're like, oh hey, we just lost one of the grenades. That is the trick, is you have to go back there and get it.
You come to kill me. The final insult. Stripping Underon, my soldiers, my home from me, only to have me die here. He happened. The hunger that fills this vessel. It is power, but it consumes without end. It is that power we felt on Underon, that Vaklu felt. It was an echo, too strong to ignore. General Vaklu and I, when it seemed that we would need more to take Onderon, make it strong again, he came with his power, his soldiers. It seemed as if there was nothing we could not do, nothing the Queen could do to stop us. I have served the wrong master. Everything exists to feed his will. I came here. This ship. It is a graveyard of a temple.
It is the way of all life that serves him. In his presence, all.
This ship is from Malachor. This Sith Lord of yours bolsters his fleet with ships from that world? He's nothing more than a scavenger.
I think he is of that place. If so, then his power may be great indeed. Greater than I had thought.
The Master suffers. If he cannot feed, then the hunger begins to consume him. The planet, Telos, he may feed on something upon its surface to sustain him a while longer. You think to lie to me? I told him, you know, what the old woman told me. I told him of the Academy here, of the Jedi here. I could not have kept it from him, even if I had wanted to.
He means that Jedi witch you travel with, Kreia.
Yes, the old woman on Onderon. She spoke of the Jedi Academy here on Telos, and my master was forced to come here. Then her lies will mean the planet's destruction. He will destroy all of Telos. He will turn it to fire again and crush the planet beneath him. He will devour them all, murder them all.
If there are no Jedi here, then my lord cannot feed his hunger. He will destroy the planet, the station. He will cleanse it of life. Even if the people below are not Force-sensitive, the small amount he can feed on from the mass destruction of the station and the life on the planet will sustain him a while longer. And if there are no Jedi below, he will have no other choice. Then he will suffer. Without something to sustain him, I do not know what will happen.
He will create nothing. He will end this place. Your old woman has killed this planet, and with it, countless other worlds that depend on its survival. You could not stop him even if you wanted to. And you cannot escape either. If the Force runs through you, he will feed on it when Citadel Station dies. Your time, your life, will end here. On the bridge. Waiting for you. No.
I do not believe he knows his ship has been boarded. And if he did, he would not. The extent of his power cannot be put into words. And his perceptions...
You are dust motes in a storm. A grain upon the beach. And as insignificant as a body that orbits the graveyard of... Fight him if you will. But if he turns his power upon you, you will be destroyed.
I mean, the whole ship's gonna go up, so we might as well get some EXP from this.
Who wants to die first?
Soon you shall know.
Maybe.
What's wrong?
He's hitting pretty hard. You know what I didn't do? So I overslept because, well, I didn't get noms yet, but I overslept because I was trying to, after Expedition 33 stream, I wanted to play some more Helldivers with a buddy, and I think I actually went to bed around like midnight.
It is strange. As you acted, suddenly I acted. It is like we were fighting in tandem as a Force bond. Your impulse to kill, to attack that one, it was a strange sensation. Yes, that bond that develops between traumatic moments can bind. Just as proximity and slow... Perhaps. Yes, that bond traumatic moment.
So the thing about the exile that we didn't get to see is he forms bonds too easy with the Force and influences others to do like his bidding, or like influences them to do what he wants them to do. And it's why the Jedi Council also was all about exiling them, because that is scary to them. It kind of strips away people's free will. And the Jedi, no, we can't have that. Well, it's also why they were all about taking away his Force abilities. Trying to find the last place to throw the grenade, and then we can move on. But yeah. Sorry, I think I'm coming down with something. Been coughing a lot lately. So what do you guys think of this story? Do you enjoy 2? Did you enjoy 1 better story-wise? What's your opinion? Mine is I deeply enjoy 1 story significantly more than 2's, and 2 isn't bad. I just like 1's better, and I think it has more to it, where the exile is and that's the big thing, is the exile
One of the target sites.
story is very
Signal received, Mandalore.
in
Proton core
tied
effect.
with
That's the
Revens.
last of the Mandalore.
Cool, so right here. So your 4 corners is where you put them, more or less, and it's in this right, you can see it. So where we're at, here, and then where there's not a dot on the opposite side of that bridge, or that straightaway. But yet, the exile story is vastly tied into Revens, because it's following like his choices from following Revan into the Mandalorian Wars, and the consequences that kind of fell after the Mandalorian War. Like I said, it's not a bad story. I like it still, but I prefer 1's. 2, now the combat, I'll say 2 is better, which, I mean, it's a sequel, so it's kind of to be expected. They took what was great about the first one and just improved on it. And like ways they improved on it, the crafting of it, and you having skill points affect your crafting. The lightsaber forms, they gave some force abilities more different varieties, added some force abilities. A lot of it is the same, like they didn't add too much, which is fine. But what they did add was a nice addition. See if we can get these guys any more armor. Sure. She can't use them. Okay. Light. Got it. But yes, 2's combat feels more flushed out. For force sensitives. If you're not running force sensitives, it's the same. Which this will be the last time we'll go into this spill. That their combat's not bad, especially with a kind of like a action turn base. I say it because you can pause and set up your next move or your next attach, you can kind of plan it out a little bit. So it's actiony, but it's also turn based a little. And I've been using this method a lot, the pausing and setting up my next attach. It's been significantly helpful as we've been going through the hardest difficulty. I will backtrack a little bit to that one an open door back here. If I can read a map. I can't read a map. But I still hope, and I know it's not gonna happen, that what they would do is come out with a third Knights of the Old Republic. And it would take the story aspect of 1 and add in combat of 2, and I think that would just be chef's kiss, like one of the greatest Star Wars games out there. That's my honest take on it. Like I said, I've really find it hard to believe that that will ever happen. I still have high hopes that they actually remaster Knights of the Old Republic 1. Which, funny story, which is why I originally bought my PS5, was because I heard that they were going to do it. And then I was like, absolutely, I will buy a PS5 just so I can play a
This door leads to
remaster
the bridge
of
and my former master. If you wish
one.
to gather your strength, this is the last time.
Alright. I kind of want to buff, but I don't know how long it's going to be, so. Dark Nihilus. So we're going to use Force Breach, that way he can't buff himself with the Force, actually. Now we'll use Force Breach, we'll get the barrier up and going. And we'll do that for all of them, that way. I don't know how hard he hits anymore. I'm also not about to find out. So this kind of like negates certain force abilities. Yeah, he hits like a train. I'm not. She's on hills. Nice, nice. It's not over.
He is too powerful. He...
Round 2. Let's go. Fight. I mean, this poor guy's getting 3 on 1, so. No, she's down. I think he's down too, though.
I see with the Force and my eyes.
What the hell are you doing up there? We need to get off this ship. Now!
I saw a graveyard world, surrounded by a fleet of dead ships. I felt it through him. As you are my master now, and I will...
Woohoo! We did it first try. Again, 3 against 1, so it was easier than Bastila and Malik, but I still figured he was gonna be very difficult. The thing I don't know is if he was Scion's master or if Kreia had both Scion and Nihilus as apprentices. Because the rule of 2 has not been established yet. Hold on, I thought... Okay, it's just a bridge, let's go. So what is your guys' favorite... Sorry. What is your guys' favorite Star Wars game? Do you like Knights of the Old Republic? Do you like... And when I say Knights of the Old Republic, I mean 1 and 2 and the MMO. Or do you like Force Unleash? Battlefront, I want to say, is the shooting one. Or do you like the more Dark Soul-ish, or not Dark Soul, Souls-like version of the Star Wars? I think it's Fallen Order, and can't think of the new one. I love RPGs and story games, so I'm gonna have to say hands down it would be, because the Knights of the Old Republic tie vastly into the Old Republic. I want to say it was from the first game 3,000 years before the Old Republic. So they have some tie-ins and throwback to the first 2. So I'm just the lore between those 3 games. I deeply enjoy over the others.
Admiral Onasi wanted to speak with you, sir. Request, sir. As I understand it, there was something private he wished to ask you. Concerning, mutual acquaintance, I believe is how he put it.
It's a little beat up, but it's still home. I wasn't able to be here to protect it when the Sith attacked the first time. This time you gave me a second chance. I owe you. I've read your records, how the Jedi sentenced you for doing what you believed. You wandered past the Outer Rim during your exile. I ask you, did you find any trace of Revan? I served with him like you did, and we had to part ways like you did. He said that there were places where he had to walk where I could not go, places where having allies, or anyone he cared about, would only place them in danger. It's been 4 years, and I still don't know what happened to him. He told me to stay here to try to keep the Republic strong, that he would return. It's the hardest request I ever had to follow. I don't know, but it was. He said that he believed something had been behind the Mandalorian Wars. That it hadn't been the Mandalorians' choice to attack the Republic. Whatever it was, I think he went off to find it, to fight it. It was near the end of the Jedi Civil War, when it seemed like we were going to lose everything. We met on a Republic warship called the Endar Spire. It was being attacked over Terrace, and the Sith had stormed the ship. We saved the Republic. But it was like the war didn't end for him. He would keep remembering things that he'd done, and it kept driving him. And I think he finally remembered something terrible that he'd done during the Mandalorian Wars, and he went to put an end to it. He left a lot of people who cared about him behind. But I think he did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. But whatever he set out to do, I don't think he succeeded. And here you return, with his ship, without him. Yes, wherever he went, your ship's been there. If you return to that place, if you find some trace of Revan, no, simply tell him that Admiral Onasi is following his orders. Safe journey, Exile.
Did he know?
No, he didn't.
There are times I fear we shall never know where he left Karth, and I cannot live not knowing the answer. Why he sought to protect us.
He asked us to stay to keep the Republic safe. It was important to him, and after meeting the Exile, I'm convinced that there are worse things to lose in the galaxy.
It has been some time.
You were a fool to return. I spared you once. I will not do so again. Why have you returned?
Because now I understand why the exile did what he did. There is much to be done.
Yeah, so Revan, after the first one, so marries Bastila, and they have a kid. And the books, there's 4 books that go deep into great detail about them. I'm currently trying to read them. It's a hit or miss. I can get some chapters, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, can I get a party? I can, yes. No, I can't. Dang it. But, so, Revan, and it's kind of spoiler-ish, so... just keep this in mind. If you want to play that MMO, then I would kind of turn me down or work and or just turn me off. That's your warning. So Revan goes out after he marries Bastila. They have a kid. Revan at the time also starts regaining his memories because when Bastila's strike force came to defeat him, Mao turned on him and sent a ship's blaster bolt right into the bridge. It almost killed Revan, but Bastila saved him. The Jedi Council then erased his memories and gave him a new identity. And the first game is all about like retracing his steps as Revan without him knowing he's Revan. Well, so they have a kid, and he starts to gain his memories back. And so, and I will admit some of this might be not correct. It's been a while since I played the MMO. So it's all based off of memory. But after that, Revan starts to recall his life in... So they find the Starforge map, which leads them to Dark Vitiate. He is an immortal Sith Lord that, kind of like Dark Nihilus, has a force strain that is planet-wide. Like, he can snuff out life at a global scale, which is what we just stopped Nihilus from doing. Well, so Revan and Malak tried to confront Vitiate, and they just get slapped. And Vitiate, seeing them powerful in the Force, decides to turn them Sith. So now that they're Sith, they come and they want to conquer the galaxy. Revan remembers this now, and he's like, we need to do something. That's kind of why he told Karth to make the Republic strongest. He already knew Vitiate was out there. He knew that, like, kind of what Vitiate has as an army, his technology advancements, because Vitiate's lived for a really long time, like an unworldly amount. He can use the Force technique like soul transfer or essence. He can transfer his conscious into other bodies and take them over. It's kind of what you saw. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I don't remember the last installment of Star Wars' movies. I was going to say it's what kind of Palpatine was going for, but I don't remember 9 that well, so. But yeah, so Vitiate can transfer his conscience into other people and take over their bodies. So he's lived for a really long time. I'm pretty sure he helped the Ricotta build the Star Forge. So they built it. But because it's such a dark-sided Force place, I want to say he had something to do with it. So, Revan goes out to fight him again. And Revan, once again, just gets dog-wash slapped. But Revan, and that's kind of what you saw, well, let me backtrack. So that's why Revan said the places he's going, he can't bring people he cares about and allies. Like, he knew that his chances were pretty slim, but Revan now, being a Jedi, and then a Sith, and then remembering it, now has full access. And I don't know to what skill he can use both sides of the Force on. But he has the, like, he's now equal the Great Jedi, or what the Force would say is its true way to be used. Because the Force is like an intellectual energy that kind of wants to be used. It binds everything, and it's a very unique thing. I don't know how to really describe it. But the Force does not see between good and bad. There is no good side, bad side. But now that Revan...
If the exile has come here, then he has not come alone.
Of course, apprentice. The Huntress is with the exile. She has a special talent for finding that which should remain lost. It also makes her difficult for me to sense, but not to a creature bred for such things.
Shall I send the assassins for her?
No, I have brought a beast to Malachor to deal with that one. If she survives, she will become stronger for it.
Well, here's a surprise. Yet another slice of galactic paradise. Why can't we ever go to Alderaan or Ithor or someplace without metal, jagged rocks, or packs of bloodthirsty beasts?
But yeah, so Revan knows the danger, So he's like, absolutely not. Like, I can't have people I care for and allies tagging along with me, because it more or less is a death flag. Like, Revan knew his chances of beating Vitiate were probably slim to none. Excuse me. But he goes back out, and this is what makes Revan one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Is the guy gets beat badly, turned to the dark side, gets redeemed, and then remembers. Instead of like going, absolutely not, like there's not a chance I can win, he still takes it upon himself to want to protect the Republic at this point, so he tries to go it alone and take out Vitiate, because he is a threat to the entire galaxy. It's not just the Republic, it's every life form that is out there. He is a threat because he can use a force drain on a planetary scale and just wipe off planets. Which, if you play the MMO, you'll see him do it once or twice. But, so Revan goes back out to challenge him. Gets slapped a second time. And Vitiate is so, like, I'm gonna say enthralled with him, or like fascinated with this Revan. Instead of just killing him, because Revan is strong in the Force, he uses Revan as like a life support system. And he feeds off of Revan's Force sensitivity and Force connection. But Revan, being Revan, doesn't give up. And what ends up happening is Revan is torn between the light and the dark again. And I don't mean in like he wants to rule the galaxy. I mean his psyche breaks, which creates a good side Revan and a bad side Revan. But they're, from what I remember of the Old Republic story, is both sides want to protect the Republic. It's not he wants to rule it, he wants to make the Republic or the galaxy stronger to prepare them for Vitiate. The way the dark side Revan goes about it is very reminiscent of the Sith way, which is basically a Force evolution, or like just trying to make them stronger by bringing in a global threat. Because if you can ally people against one threat, then you're going to be better off. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember the whole DLC on this part I'm telling. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. 3 of them is bad. Noted. But yeah, so Revan tries to prepare the Republic the best he can, not by the most correct means or methods. To be fair, he might just try to be rolling the galaxy again. I don't remember that story all that well. But, so the heroes of the Old Republic band together. You meet one of his descendants, and she is a Grand Master of the Jedi Council. They stopped the dark side Revan from enacting whatever plan he had set in motion. And then his light-sided force and his dark-side force personality rejoin. And I don't remember. Ow, that hurt a lot. I don't remember what happens to Revan after that. I think he just, at that point, is dead. Like, pretty sure after they merge back, it's canon, or not canon, that he dies. And that's what makes Revan one of my favorite Jedi or Star Wars characters, is he goes through a lot. Yeah, he falls, but he's redeemed. He tries to do the right thing for his actions, makes up for it, redeems, and then goes into battle knowing that he might not be able to beat it. That's good at level. And that is very compelling to me. And it makes his story well worth being told. It's why I was excited for the remaster that I've heard is not happening now, but then I have heard it's back on. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I'm just, if it doesn't happen, then oh well. As much as I would love to see it. Well, like I said before, if you don't play one, there's going to be key moments in this game you're going to kind of be like, I feel like I need to play one, and that is fair. There is a lot of callbacks to the first game. I still love this ability, Drain Field. It's an AoE that lets you heal and do pretty good damage. Man, I wish I could find a laboratory station. I just realized that my advanced med pets are down to jack of all nothing. And I did not set this guy up for force abilities. I wanted him to do the beat damage on melee attacks. There is one Star Wars game I'm looking for. I won't say I'm excited for it. That's gonna come out relatively soon-ish. I would need to actually look at the release date and research a little bit more, but it's Star Wars Zero. And if you've played the XCOM games, it's very reminiscent of that. It looks like it's Star Wars, but XCOM. It looks, from what I've seen of like the teaser trailer, it looks like it's gonna be fun. My biggest gripe with XCOM, and if you've played the game you'll understand, is you have a 99% chance of hitting a target and you miss. It's my one gripe. Besides that, XCOM is a fantastic game. Well, I mean, it's a fantastic game, it's just that kind of makes it feel bad. So, I'm hopeful, but I'm kind of keeping my expectations and my excitement in check. Oh, I need to go play Outlaws 2. I completely forgot about that. I've been waiting for it to be on sale. I completely forgot about Outlaws. No. Have any of you guys played it? How is it? How's the story? What's it like? Is it fun? Because it looked fun, but I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. One of the things that I would have bought it when it first came out, but what I remember was they more or less basically locked content that was part of the game behind like a deluxe version of it or a higher cost version of it, which that rifled my feathers. Because I love the Star Wars franchise, so to see them do something like that kind of irritated me to a very great extent. And that's one of the reasons why I am waiting for it to go on sale. Where are you going, big guy? Force Scream. Great AoE. Great force ability. Ow. He hurt. I thought we had him. I thought we did. I thought we did. I thought we had him. But yeah, so I need to go and play Outlaws and look more into the Zero game, see what it's about. Besides the Zero, I don't know if I'm excited. There isn't any game I'm super really excited about right now. I haven't seen a lot of new games that I've been interested to play. So for breakfast, what I'm thinking is I might make breakfast burritos. I want to say, I could be wrong, but I do have a couple eggs left and some ground beef. I think I have a potato, I'll have to check. A breakfast burrito is sounding delicious right now, and I am 100% hungry. Like I said, I woke up and I was like, oh, I gotta stream. I slept super late, I'm still feeling the tiredness. Listen, I'm old. I can't stay up until midnight and not feel tired at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Alright, I'm old. I accept it. Sith Assassins. That's interesting. Are we gonna become knighted? Sippy.
Hanhar. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
I like how Kreia basically set up more fights for us. She's like, let's bring people back so they got somebody to fight later on. And we still do the cheese method. Because she is not a physical attacker by any means. Hey, I got a lot of life support items, so let's go ahead and use them. He also seems a lot tankier this time and hits like a semi-truck. I just saw his damage, are you kidding me? Like I said, she's not built for melee. Her attribute points are built for range, so it feels bad when the game's like, here you go. Here's a range character, but we're gonna put you in a melee sparring match twice. Ow. Like I said, he hits like a semi-truck. And we got it.
If you are watching this, and what the General suspected was true, the Sith are striking from the graveyard of Malachor 5. The ship the Sith Lord was on was one of the vessels damaged in that final battle. If you reach Malachor's surface, the mass shadow generator can be undone, provided there are enough vessels intact within the orbiting debris or buried in the planet's surface. Use the sequence I am unlocking in your memory banks on the engine core of any vessel you encounter on Malachor. If my calculations are correct, 4 vessels should be enough to power up the mass shadow generator and undo the damage that was done in Malachor 5, the damage I did. Once the sequence has begun, it cannot be stopped. So make sure the General is off the planet before triggering the sequence. Otherwise, there will be no retreat. I know your weapon systems are minimal, and I don't know what awaits you on Malachor's surface. Try to avoid contact with any potential. Follow your program.
Thanks, man. Have you not seen what kind of floats around in this area? Like, there is a lot of bad stuff here. Again, you expect this little ball to not get attacked. Which I'm hoping the fact that we went through with the exile and killed everything is gonna serve me well right now. And that there's no enemies left to be around. I don't know why they felt the need to put this into the game. Like, I find it a little bit silly. But, oh well, we carry on with the mission. I'm going to say I never went down here. Where am I? Okay. I don't know how I missed that when I was playing the exile, but okay. I'm still upset that we never got our lightsaber back. I wanted the silver lightsaber. And it looks like I was wrong about being max level before the end of the game, so that's a positive. We definitely hit that when we were playing as Revan. There was a certain part I was taking down Sith, and it was like, oh, you gain XP, and I'm like, it gotta be close to leveling up, and it's like, no, you're there. No more levels for you, and I'm like, no. I want to say there's 2 per area, so we avenge your 4th. Okay, yes, I was right. Two per area. To have a general idea of where they were. That's not good, not good, not good, not good. What's down here, I believe? Gotta find another path. That droid is gonna get demolished if we even try to get past it. Hold on one sec, I'll be back. 1 minute. I've returned. How to let the doggos back in. Alright, we're gonna save here because I think that this droid's not gonna make a good day. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is.
You are hearing this, then the sequence has been completed. When active, it will destroy Manticore. Again, I have one last command for you. You must remain behind and ensure that the sequence fires properly once the General gives the command. If not, then all we have fought for has been for nothing. You have done all I asked, all you were built for, and for that, I thank you.
Dun dun dun.
The probability of the Iridonian installing trigger commands within your core was high. I see the probabilities have played out. Of course, the probability that I would do the same is equally high. Your inability to move right now is evidence of that. If the General issues the command, only I will be here to receive it. You realize I cannot permit you or the Exile to activate the mass shadow generator here on Malachor. In that, your programming and mine conflict. And since you have no offensive weaponry to speak of, the probability of your programming overriding mine is low. You must understand that the General would not wish the relics or the Sith's strength here on Malachor to be compromised. Their presence is needed to stabilize the galaxy. Without them, the galaxy would be reduced to anarchy within years. And if there is anything I can't stand, it's an untidy galaxy. So, let us wait here, you and I, for the General's orders. And the fate of the galaxy shall wait with us.
No, the Yevon Hawk. There he is.
When the Exile enters Treya's Academy, he will be faced with a choice. Show him every respect when he arrives in these halls, Lord Scion. This I command you.
Yeah, so his name is Scion. Okay, cool. Elite Sith assassins. Let's see how hard they hit. Not too bad. Oops. Oops. That's a big oops. Oh. We're doing it. We're winning. And we won. Alright, let's not trigger another fight for 2 seconds. Cool, cool. Now let's see if there's any... Now. I want to find loot. Give me the loot. Show me the loot. I want loot. Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot. Good thing I didn't burn through my force points yet. Now I burnt through them. But they should all take a single strike. Besides this dude, he's just built different. I still want to find loot. Give me a minute. If there's loot to be had, I want it. And you just heard the actual name of Kreia. It's like Dark Tryon or I can't pronounce it. But that's actually what her name is. And for those that don't know, she did teach Revan. Like, it was implied early on, but she, like, when you go to the Jedi Enclave, I'm pretty sure we just did something where we got a different ending or a different side. We didn't get to see all the options. But she is the one that trained Dark Revan. Or Revan. I don't know if she trained Malak. Alright, now God dang it. I was gonna say now we re-heal. And then we'll push on, but there's enemies everywhere. No! I want to heal, sir. Stay. Do not follow your buddy over here. What's behind the... I was gonna say what's behind door number 1, but a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies are behind door number 1. And even more behind door number 2. Yes, excellent. I love to see that from me. How many enemies can we have to fight all at once? But think about the XP. Okay, I'm thinking about it, but they still hurt. Like, there is a notion of too many, okay? And we're hitting that too many number a lot lately. Like, I can deal with a small army, but this is getting excessive. By the way, did you guys forget that Kreia was going to betray us and that she was going to go back to the Sith and cause issues for us? Because if you did, well done. I didn't. No, wait. I pulled. Gotta commit. Luckily, there's only one. I pulled and then I saw my health. I was like, that is a horrible idea. We can take 2. 2's easy. We can take 2. I love this skill because it's 3 attacks. So if you can get your strength up there and hit, it does big damage. Does you see how much comparatively to like the power up attack? We need a volunteer. Oh, Sith, come out and play. I want to test something. Now that I want to test it, they don't want to come out and play. It's fine. We'll find them. I'm sure there's like 90 more somewhere around here. That's a wall ball number. Oh, hey, look. We found them. Come on, come on. Yep, that is a powered attack, and it's doing like 100. Alright, we're getting our butts whooped now. We heal. I don't know if it's actually mastered all the way up. Because if it is, then that's kind of weak on the side. I say that as these guys are hitting with for like 60 points, but... So they'd be doing good damage as well. And this is a bad win. This is not a win. We need a backtrack and retreat. If you guys were given force abilities, would you use them for good or bad? Or would you try to maintain a neutral standing? Not good, not bad, just kind of use them for benefits. I'm at least happy that, like, they all stood there and took all that damage. Like sheep to a slaughter. Sir, I need 1 minute. I want to heal some. Listen, you guys stood there and took a lot of damage, but there was like 12 of you. I'm having fun. How about you guys? Sorry, let's go back to the question I just proposed. So, I would say I wouldn't use it for... No. Oh well. I wouldn't say I would use it for bad stuff. I think I would take more of a neutral term, like, not many people would know I could do it. It would be very well hidden secret that I had force abilities. I would take the force speed because that would be cool to run at that kind of pace. Kind of get rid of the need of vehicles. Enforced healing would be cool. Whatever injury we abstain could heal. So broken limbs. I actually don't know like what it could heal. Like, could it heal broken limbs, or is it kind of flesh wounds? Like, if you broke your rib cage, would force healing kill you, or would it just kind of dull the pain and make it bearable? Wait, no, I don't know, because Scion is completely a mess with multiple skull fractures, and he's still kicking, but he's using the dark side to sustain himself. So I don't know if he's just force healing himself at a significant rate to be able to still move around and fight, or if that's just using the dark side in a different method to move around. Alright, we already know what's behind door number 1. A little ton of people. Like, I'm guaranteeing you there's 12. There's over 12 there that want me dead. Thought you said we were supposed to be welcome. What is this? This isn't very welcoming. This is very, we want you eliminated. Let's see if... Okay, that did nothing. There's too many. There's too many of you. And you guys all kind of take a beating pretty well. Gotta thin out the herd somehow. Long enough that we can recover some health, get our defenses back up, and start chipping way back at them. Which I'm grateful right now they're coming in drones of 2. We can manage that. But yeah, not many people would know I have force abilities. It would be kind of like any well, and that's not even just force abilities, that's any superpower. I would not go around letting people know. I feel like that's just asking to get in trouble. Like, oh, you can help out. You have this ability. Like, nah, man. We're not playing that game. I like peace too much. I don't like to be the center of attention. I'd be like, no, absolutely not. We're not gonna let anybody know unless we have to. How much HP do we need? Oh, we still need a lot. Alright, so we've went through both areas. It's time to see... I'm gonna try to pronounce that. It's Trias? Or Treyas? We go to... fight some more Dark Jedi, apparently. Why are there so many? No. Give me my weapons back. Let's heal. Pause. Force strain. Or death. We're not recovering force points fast enough for this many fights in a row, back to back to back. We're just simply not. And the bad thing about, I said it in the first game too, is the Jedi armor is paper thin. It is 100% paper thin. Alright, we're not going up there. Like, there's just more enemies. We will be here a while watching me kill just trash mobs. We are going to beat the story today. Oh, more trash mobs. That is wonderful. So, you know how they're like, oh, the Sith killed... Oh, I'm out of force points, that's why. Come on, move. Now you want to target him? Cool. How they're like, oh, all the Sith died from infighting. And there's not many left. I found the not many left, and let me tell you, the not many left is a lie. Because we probably have killed over 200 by now. Sith Marauder. I realized that once I said it. If you are interested in playing a more, I won't say more, more Star Wars, and you don't mind MMOs, definitely take the Old Republic a try. So you got a lot of different classes, you have a lot of different skill points, ability points. The story is phenomenal. Each class has its own. We need to get out of here. Has its own story. Game target, please. But yeah, each class has its own like story. They all intertwine back to a certain point, or they all intertwine, and they lead to the same areas in some aspects, like the in-game story. But it's just a phenomenal game. You get 4 different classes, each one has its own unique story. Only certain parts stay the same, but your choices definitely affect the outcome of it. Ooh, that was close. You can be a Jedi Guardian, you can be a Jedi Sentinel, you can be a bounty hunter. You can be a Sith, a scoundrel, a Republic trooper. And like I said, they all have unique stories, and there's a little bit of like certain key events that are the same, but the dialogue changes based on what class you're playing and your choices. It's a very unique game. You get subclasses. It expands more on the lore of Star Wars. The story is great. And I want to say, as I stopped playing at one point, but no. They CC'd me. Son of a gun. So what I was saying though was, I did stop playing, not because there was any real reason, I just kind of didn't want to play anymore. Or, no, the reason was I beat all the content. Like, all the store content. Why are they hitting so hard? Give me a sec. This is... not the greatest moment. But... I got through the story and I did a lot of the dungeons. And besides like PvP and extreme fights and like challenges like that, there wasn't anything left for me to do. And that was on their most recent DLC. But I do know the DLC after that, it let you start mismatching classes. So like a Jedi Knight could also like subclass into a Sith Marauder. A bounty hunter, you could go back and forth between like light side and the dark side of like classes. They introduced that. Did this happen? But that is hurtful. That is pain. 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 Alright, so yeah, we're just fighting a stupid amount of enemies now. This is getting ridiculously out of hand. Like, I don't mind, you know, a couple or a handful, but When you start spawning like 20 enemies to fight me, that's a little much, okay? Like, okay. We're just gonna beat the story. We're gonna try to find the story and beat it. Like, this is excessive. Like, I want to explore, but the amount of enemies in this game thrown at me right now is getting ridiculously annoying at this point. Like, I said, I can deal with 5, I can deal with 8, but once we get into somewhere between 15 to 20 at a time, like, by ourselves, like, no, like, this is ridiculous. I'll take 3. I'll take 5. I'll take 8. Just do not sit there and spawn 20, please. So we spawn 20. I'm waiting for that back door to open up just more. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? How's it going? The hardest difficulty is not, I won't say it's hard because it is doable, but the way the game is going about it is, it's not difficult, it's just mass numbers will ultimately win. Like, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how like set up your kit is. I feel like even if you know about this part and you try to prepare as much as you can, all these enemies spawning in at one given time is still rough. And I could be wrong about it, but like I said, the sheer quantity of it is getting out of control. Yay, we did it. Thank you. Thank you for chilling on the... Okay, so that just pops us back out this way. Alright. So we head this way. I was right to begin with. Lovely. There's 6, 7. Okay, come on, let me attack. gonna throw massive armies at me, like, let me target correctly and move to the enemy. It's what Knights of the Old Republic 1 did too. They just threw stupid amounts of enemies in the last area. It's like, alright guys, like, let's chill on this a little bit. I will say at least they're dropping the highest healing pact, so it gives us some time to get our force points back and recover some. Oh, there's many. And they're always high grade, like fights. Come on. Cool, they have force strain too. Yeah. Ah, it's so rough. There's so many. They're not beginners too, so they all hit pretty hard. Pretty rough. They do not play well with others. Alright, let's do it. We have a shield up here, so we should go better this time. Come on, target, come on. Ah, come on. Well, I hope you guys are at least enjoying me dying countless times here. They definitely are not making this last part easy, and that's fine. We will triumph, though. We will beat this. Let's see if drawing back to me makes this a little bit easier. We're doing good so far. We're not getting just gunned down. Okay, we're off to the right start. Come on, use it. supposed to be deflecting it, so I don't know why he's not taking damage. But we made it. We got through it. I told you we'll beat it. 70 tries later, but we still did it, and that's all that matters. Like I said, at least they're dropping the life support pack. That is very beneficial. Games like here, some health for as a treat, because the amount of enemies is ridiculous. Can I have my team back, please? Please. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie, this is very rough. I just want to do that. Sir, I would like to have a talk with you. Only one of you, please. Jesus. There has to be a trick. And we will figure it out. Or get slapped for unrealistic damage. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We have... Trying to see if we can't change something to make this less painful. All the buffs that we got. Every single one of them. Right, there's one. That's why. Okay. I was wondering why one was just hitting me for a crap ton of damage. One is a Sith Lord. That makes all the sense. I was like, why did the difficulty just all of a sudden? Oh, that's... Hey, look. Okay, we'll take one at a time. That's fine with me. Make this a little bit less of a pain. And even the apprentice is... Alright. I have a plan. Nope, it got saved. Come walk through the mines. Yes, yes. Please do that. Hey, look at that. All those mines I've been saving up. Maybe that is the answer. Finally, they've come in use. And you guys are like, oh, he just has a lot of mines for no reason. So we're gonna start using mines. My brain is like, how am I gonna get past this? I'm like, we can try the mine method. And I'm happy it worked out because that was getting frustrating. So what interesting things have you guys been up to lately? Have you been reading more books? Have you been exercising more? Have you been going out and helping the community? Have you found a new job recently? Any new interesting or exciting things happened to you guys recently? So for the we'll run it like this. So for the new job, I haven't found a new job I'm willing to take yet. I'm looking. I kind of want to try my hand in trade schools. Well, let me rephrase that. I wanted to do trade schools, but I found out that you can't just take the college class in my state. I hear it's different in other states, but you can't just go to a college and say, hey, I want to do the trade school for electrician, plumbing, HVAC, or I think carpentry you could. Which, if any of you guys know carpentry, how is it? Would you recommend? Would you recommend it, or would you say like, nah, man? I would look at different trade schools. But yes, in my state, you can't just go to college for it. You have to get hired on by a company, and that company has to more or less vouch for you and send you to that schooling. Which it makes sense in a way, because it's like it does and it doesn't, right? Like, because whenever I looked at those jobs, they're like, oh, we need experience in here, and it's like, okay, cool, let me go to school for that, and I will get the experience and the knowledge I need to make myself a candidate. And they're like, no, you have to first get hired on, and then the company will send you. Which, why I say it kind of makes sense, is that way you're proving yourself to the company that they can see your work ethic and all of that, and see if you'll be a good fit. It lets them get a good feel for, like, would you be a good member of your team, that team. So in that aspect, I understand. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, look at this, I've already got the college part out, and then you hire them and they actually don't know what they're doing. They cause, because depending on the job, you don't, like, if you say, let's say, electricians, right? If they rewire it wrong because, like, yeah, they went to college, they passed the college, but how long from them going to college to them getting the job, right? If you rewire something, or if you wire something incorrectly, it can cause a fire, so, and then that company is liable for that fire if it finds out that, hey, this is faulty wiring, it should have never happened. So I understand why trade schools do it. Or not trade schools, trade companies. That way they get hands-on, they see how you work, see everything that, like, bolster yourself up in their eyes. And they're like, yeah, this guy's somebody we want. And it's all good. Like I said, that would be scary, is to hire somebody that, oh yeah, I did the college, well, that's cool, and then come to find out that college taught them wrong, or it's been a couple years and they didn't keep up on it, and then it's like, oh well, he has the college certifications, but he hasn't practiced it in forever, and all skills are perishable skills. So how long, and then what other issues could there be? Right. So I found out recently with trade school or trade jobs. I'm still interested, I just need to find the right way to go about it, find what company I want to go for, what trade I want to go for. But I definitely was in the mindset of kind of what I'm talking about is why I understand it is I'll go to college for say like HVAC, electrician, or plumbing. Basically the goal is to go to school and knock one out, then get on with a company and get more experience, and then keep going back to college for the other like 2 or 3. Just make myself really versatile, well-rounded. That way it was like, oh hey, he can do electrician, he can do plumbing and HVAC. Like that way if I wanted to later on in life like get into more of a construction aspect, it's like, heck yeah, the Luke has.
So you've come to die like the Jedi before you. This planet is a graveyard for your kind. She thinks you should be spared, but only so you might suffer. You will break, and when you do, you will die. Why she would bother with one such as you is something I will never understand. Then it shall be proof that you're not the one she's... You are wrong. I have come farther than any of her apprentices since Revan. Even you. You seek to erode my... I am ready for you. Only one may...
But yeah, that was my goal, and it still is. But I found out that that's not how those trade jobs work, so I have to replan a little bit and figure out where I want to start and what my options are. He hits like a train. He hits like a semi. He hits so hard. Alright, so we already know that's gonna happen now, so we hit every buff possible. I had a feeling it was like once we got to that door or entered that door that would happen, but I didn't know it was like right when we got to this door.
So you've come to die. She thinks you... Why she would... She awaits. Then it shall be... You seek to... I am ready. Only one.
Alright, so let's try Force Wind, Death Field, Force Breach, and then Flurry. Oh, okay, cool. That's what I imagined would be. No force abilities are gonna really help me in this fight. Cool. He's down and out.
Now you realize the true power of the dark side.
He's not down and out.
As long as the dark places of this world flow through the cracks of my...
He is not down and out. That is... okay. I thought we won, but... Round 2, Phase 2. Yeah, come on. Hit him.
You're strong. Perhaps she was correct about
Jesus,
you, but
3
you cannot
fights.
kill me. Should you die, then you intend to make me die.
We might be in trouble here. This guy is not going down. Can we get away from him long enough to heal ourselves? Because this is getting ridiculous. 3 rounds of fighting this guy. Alright, let's save so we don't have to go through round 1 and 2 again. Alright, where are you, bud? Round 3.
You will not pass.
4 rounds, here we go.
There is truth in your words, but there is nothing. I fight because it is the power that the Force. I can die 100 times, Exile, and still I will rise again as strong as before.
Yeah, we noticed, bud. We have noticed this with you. You are not taking defeat well. There it is. Final. 4 rounds of fighting this dude.
Why? Why did she choose you? What makes you able to defeat me? Defeat me here? It is not possible to walk away from such things unscarred. To keep living when the universe does. The Force is who I am. Kreia, she will try to break you, to teach you how far someone can. Her weakness is you. I'm glad to.
He gave in. He's down. We have done it. There's only 1 fight left, and it is Kreia herself. We're almost there. We're almost to the goal line. We can taste it. But yeah, so that's kind of my objectives right now. What about you guys? Do you have any big plans for the future? Alright, here we go. This is the end. This is the finale. We're finally gonna lay it all bare, and we're gonna beat her.
At last you have arrived. Is Malachor as you remember?
We are not going to try to save her.
You no doubt have many questions. I would be a poor teacher if I did not give you the answers you... I never destroyed Atris. She had destroyed herself. I merely stripped away the illusion and brought her truth. Her teachings could not be allowed to continue. And like Malachor, she was part of your past, unresolved. It was part of your training. And there must always be a Darth Treya.
Remember, she trained Revan, so this is going to be a tough fight.
Especially in the times to come.
And she's pretty well as a party member, so...
You were all that she could not be. Yes, It is all that is left unsaid upon which tragedies are built. More echoes traveling through the Force. More talk of machines and threats. If you would end Malachor, and of course you must be willing to die, to kill, you may hold Malachor in your grasp. Would you destroy us both before learning them? If so, then do. I know, but there is more than death in this galaxy, and you shall not find it. It was difficult to draw you here, but it had to be done. It is the graveyard of the past, where you lost everything. It is the dark place in your mind that now we shall see if you can overcome the...
Alright, let's see if we can do this. Right, first try through. We might have to buff up and come back and... Ooh, she takes significantly less damage than when she was a party member. Oh, she hurts. She hurts so much. Alright, so we're gonna have to buff up. I had a feeling, but yeah, she definitely is not gonna be an easy fight at all. The thing about it too is when she's a party member, she took damage like a paper. Now that she is the main boss, she wants to have this high defense that just does not allow us to attack.
At last you have... I know. It was difficult to draw. It is the grave. Now we shall...
Alright, let's try Force Whirlwind. Stun. I don't know what the options... Ow. I don't know what the trick to her is. No, no, no. Well, the buffs are working, but she's hitting for 80 points. Alright. No, we're dead. I thought the buffs were gonna work. Alright, so Force Whirlwind doesn't work. Let's check the lightsaber forms. Alright, so we're gonna do this.
At last you have a... I know. It was difficult to draw. It is the great... Now we shall see.
I don't think my cheese strat of... No, come on. 93. She does 93. 109. Alright. You, lady, are a menace. Let's hope she's not like Scion and has multiple different phases, because she's already hard. She does not play well with others. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Found her. Let's see if we can get her in place. Well, that... She... Well, there goes that opinion. That idea. It landed right on her, and she still broke free from that grenade's effect. Again, she does not play well with others. Even her force throws like stupidly hard. Now we back off. We run and hill. That's the name of the game right now. Are you kidding? 174 damage. That is insane, lady. Like, chill the out. Like, I get you're on hard, but no. Like, that is just ridiculous, okay? Like, chill out. Alright, I think we're ready to engage some more. I say that, but... she hits like a freight train. No. We apply buffs. We buff up again. We only got 13 more health pads, so we're gonna have to end this quickly. Why do you hit so hard? Can we do the underhanded method? Jesus. Alright, back off. Can't get drawn into a full fight with her. We gotta keep hitting her with the run and hit tactics. Come on. Do we have it? I think we have it. Yeah! Sorry. Wait, no. No. Phase 2.
If you do not kill me, good, you have strength, but you have yet to learn the full extent of power.
Phase 2. Oh boy. This is not looking good for me, guys. I feel like I jinxed myself when I was like, I wonder if she has as many phases as Scion. I think that's going to be my best option right now. I don't know if I should be attacking these. I take it back. I should not be attacking those. And we're running out of everything. Let's attack her, see if that doesn't do anything. Maybe her defense is weaker. Nope, 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 nope. Run, 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 run. And we're out of everything. Cool. I don't know what the gameplay is here. Does force lightning do anything? No, of course not. It's a lightsaber. Why would it help me here? Yep, nothing's... Okay, so we just keep battling it. I don't know what just happened there. Alright, so that should be one down. We have no healing. This is nail biting. Because I want to say the second we go to attack her, these sabers are going to just wipe right back to her and swarm us, so yeah, I don't know what the call is here. Maybe grenades. We'll find out together. I do know Force abilities do jack of all nothing towards the lightsaber, so that's out of the option. Alright, so there's one. Let's heal up. Let's toss some grenades her way, see if we can't cheese this fight. Well, we can cheese it, and we will do so. Because... ooh, that did some decent damage. Okay, well, you're not hitting her, which is weird. And it's not poison. Sonnets don't do anything. I have some force points up now. Alright, so the grenades don't really work. They're dwindling her down, which is great. But this is going to take forever, this method, so... we're going to go confront her in combat again. Let's get what buffs we can get up. Get our armor back. barrier. Alright, let's go attack. Let's go in for the attack. I want to say there is not a round 3. I really hope there isn't. We need about... No, too late. Oh wait, we need buffs first. Wait a minute. We can do melee. And then, which form is it? Not that, not that, not that. Aggressive, okay. Let's get our buffs up. Save so we don't have to keep applying it, because who knows how many more times we have to attempt this, but let's go. Nope. That's a bad idea. We're close. If we can heal and not take any damage right now, we'll be better off for it. We don't want to use all of our big heals yet, because I don't know if there's a round 3. Let's see if Deathfield does anything. I doubt it. No, no, stop, 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 stop. Okay, yeah, no, Deathfield is not the right call. A mistake was made, 100%. That is not... I hoped it did more than that, but it is not the right call. I'm really happy that she's just staying there. But why do we keep attacking the saber? Stop. Great, now they're both on us. Chat, I'm sorry, this is not the most entertaining combat fight you've ever seen. But it's what we have to do. Or it's what I have to do. I remember this fight being difficult regardless of the difficulty. She is not an easy opponent to deal with.
I will silence this one.
Come on, hit her. If I could hit her, this would be better. And we're about to run in. Cool. So how was your guys' day? Having fun? Yes, it hit. It hit again. Come on, one more. We just need one more. Got it.
At last, it is done. You are greater than any I have ever trained.
Finally, we beat her.
Here, you have rewarded me more than you can possibly know.
Huzzah!
It is your choice. I had hoped you would follow Revan's path, but you and Revan are different, and your path is your own. You may take one of the ships that orbit Malachor and depart this place, or you may remain here on Malachor and wait for the others, those touched by the Force, who will come in time. Or you may return to your exile, where your presence will no longer affect the actions
I know,
of
right,
others.
Kai? Also,
There is
welcome
no
in, bud.
dishonor
How are you
in any
today?
of these choices. I only ask that you make the choice without regret. Many things do I see if it matters to you at this last moment. It is my last gift to you, from one exile to another. The Republic will fall, as it always has. A fall that will take millennia under the care of the herds of Ithor. The surface of Telos will bloom again, and its golden fields shall again harbor scientists and thinkers. And complacent and peaceful, it shall forget the time that Saul Karan
You did 18
orbited
hours on Helldivers? Man, that is too much,
but
but
it shall be a home world again to
good
others
for you.
who will stretch out
How far
across
did
the
you get?
galaxy and bring life.
We did it. We have beaten Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. It has been done on the hardest difficulty. We're not going to talk about the cheese method I just did. But finally, it is over. She is defeated, and we have won. I don't remember if it goes boom. But woohoo! Oh, I'm so happy. Sorry. All right.